So, hello everyone. Today I will be presenting a brief history of San Fernando, Cebu. So, let's start. So, San Fernando, Cebu, my hometown, was located at the right edge at the part of Cebu. And before, it was used to be a territory of Daga. But at the center seal of the municipality of San Fernando, Cebu, is a man carrying a flaming torch in a broad daylight with an inscription of the year 1858. This man is Juan Diong. Now, who is Juan Diong? Juan Diong, he is a migrant from the Tubigon, Bohol. He was a former mangyuyuta in Sangat, San Fernando, who lead people of the barrios of the Magsiko, Kabatbatan, Balungag, Sangat, Panadtaran, and Pitalo to band together to separate the San Fernando town from Naga, Cebu. So the officials of Naga, Cebu opposed the separation of justifying that such separation would do no good at the barrios, calling for separation were so poor and could not exist on their own. So, the origin of its name of San Fernando was started when Juan Diong, accompanied by the delegation of the barrios, barrios means barangay, and went to the municipality of Cebu and convinced the civil and religious leaders to approve the separation by the virtue of royal decree of 1858. A new town was born. It was then assigned to a new parish priest, and the church was named San Isidro Labrador. So it was not San Fernando just yet. It was, it had been made a church, San Isidro Labrador. And the town was later given name in honor to its well-like parish priest, which means the name San Fernando was given by the priest, was based on the priest Fernando Sanchez. Thus the name of the town became San Fernando. So in the present landmarks and historical spots, so this is the picture, no? So this is when Juan Diong fight for San Fernando to be separated, and the priest who is symbolized to be the name of San Fernando, and here we are now in the historical landmark and spots of San Fernando. So this town has a total of 21 barangays. And these are the following: Balud, Balungag, Pugho, Kabatbatan, Green Hills, Ilaya, and so on, as what you can see in the screen. So those are the 21 barangays. And lastly, the Tubod. And the municipality was founded in 1858, right? Right back when Juan Diong fighted for the separation of San Fernando to Naga, and was populated by 60,000, actually 61,000 people, but let's round it off to 60,000 people. So according to the 2010 census. So its main product are from the cement of poultry or products such as Tahio Cement, Tahio Cement plant station, and Mabuhay Field Cement. So if you'll ask me if there is any nice and tourist spots, historical tourist spots in San Fernando, of course, there are numerous, such as the Hidden Paradise Mountain Resort, the Pulcra Beach Resort, and the Singli Mountain Resort, and etc. There are a lot if you were just willing to go here. But I will take you to some of the places that made the San Fernando famous for its for its place. But let's go back first at the hidden paradise. Here are some of the images with the hidden paradise, the pulchra. And let's go to the San Isidro Labrador, which is one of the most historical events are happened and where the center of history happens in this Labrador church. So we all know that Cebu has a fair and square of beautiful countries and churches and were established during the Spanish time. One of those beautifully done ancient church is located down in the south of province of Cebu, San Fernando, and named San Isidro Labrador Church. So this is the San Isidro Labrador Church, no? So it was made after the Juan Diong asked for separation of Naga and Cebu. So this church, San Isidro Labrador Parish, took over 10 years to make. So this parish was made for 10 years starting from 1870 to 1886. This parish period, the Spanish period church, like many other church of its kind, is well made of the coral stones. So this is not just a simple stone but a coral stone. It is not very easy to make stones, build church using stones, no? And this design is a Gothic influence and expressed in the church of rose in the windows, which I haven't shown it here, but you can clearly see in the windows of this church that there are some roses and the openings that make the shape of the flamboyant arc. So currently the church has two bells, as you can see right there. There are two bells, but they are not the part of the original design. It was no wonder that many people come visit this church, especially in Visita Iglesia, despite the distance. San Isidro Labrador Parish, this beautiful church that is maintained, yeah, and it was taken care of. The patron of the saints, San Isidro Labrador, and celebrated its feast day every May 15. So basically May 15 is the festa. And for the Festival of San Fernando, we have right here the Sikoy Sikoy Festival. So San Fernando is one of the places that has unique and fun festivals. And this annual celebration has called Sikoy Sikoy Festival. When it was celebrated, it was every November 17 to 21. November 17 to 21. This festival is where the people dancing all out in the streets, wearing fish costumes, and during the rough tides. This celebration symbolized to thank God for the gift of the locals of San Fernando, and comes with a Thanksgiving ritual and petition prayers for protection, guidance, and a bountiful farm and a sea harvest. So that's it. Right now, they are celebrating the Sikoy Sikoy Festival as a form of ritual and to sign of respect for the blessings that they have San Fernando. So the town of San Fernando is celebrating the Sikoy Sikoy. So here in San Fernando, we could not just pass the introduction without its delicacies. You know, the history of the town will not be completed without our yummy and delicious foods. So right here I have shown it to you already, the Boku Pie, which is the main delicacy of San Fernando. So despite we have known that every place has its own delicious foods, like the delicacy and their own famous for it, like lechon for Karkar, rosquilitos for Liluan, and many others. The specialty of San Fernando is buko pie. These aren't like just your usual buko pies that guys that guys buy and sell at the mall or the groceries. The ones that you find in the San Fernando are sold in a whole pie, aren't sold in a whole pie. So meaning you can buy it individually, not by pack. They are made in smaller sizes, almost like bibingka or puto size. So you will find that they are taste good and even much better than the ones you buy in the city. Buko pies of San Fernando are always sold hot and fresh, made from fresh, tender, young meat, tea coconut combined with a creamy filling and enclosed in a flaky pie crust. Also, since we they are in the smaller sizes, they are wrapped individually and sold boxes. So you guys can buy them individually. So that's it for the brief introduction of the history of my hometown, San Fernando. So what are you waiting for? Come visit San Fernando if you want to see the wonderful view, the events, and who might know, the Boko Pie, you might like the Boko Pie of San Fernando Hanons. So that's all. Thank you.